Hey folks, my name's Ed Travers. My pronouns are he, him, and his. I'm an Anglican priest serving in the beautiful parish of Christchurch-Shelburne that sits on the ancestral and on the unceded territory of the Mi'kmaq people. Yesterday, we talked a little bit about church being a place that offers the radical and wild hospitality of God. Today, I want to offer an idea of what the church shouldn't be trying to do, shouldn't be trying to offer. It's mainly this: the church shouldn't be trying to change anybody. I know, wild. Well, what about those sinners that come through the door? How do we just let them continue to sin? It's simple. This might not be a very long talk. It's not your job. Right? Our job, if we see ourselves as a place of hospitality where we welcome everybody into the congregation, into the church building, into the organization. Welcome everybody in. That's a full-time job in and of itself. Figuring out people's needs, providing for their needs, being there for them, walking with them, listening to them, speaking with them, offering them the love that God has offered us, making them feel welcome, making them feel included and appreciated. That, trust me, that's a full-time job. We have no business, we have no need to take on the extra work that comes when you try to change somebody, where you try to dictate who they should be, how they should live, the things they should and should not do. I'll tell you, I remember years and years and years ago, I was attending a church. And my wife at the time, at one church service, I think I came in that Sunday morning looking a little haggard, real haggard. I was pretty torn up, I think. And so some folks around us, as we walked in and we gathered and we mingled and we did our thing, there was an older couple here, and then there were two other more contemporary couples closer to our age. And what were you doing up last night? You must have stayed up all night. You look tired. And I said, well, we went to a dance last night. We went out to a club. They had a good band, and we went out and had a couple of beer and hung out and danced. And one of the younger couples just sort of almost immediately turned around and left. The other couple sort of, oh, well, we have to go talk to anybody else. And they left, and the older couple said, yeah, we used to love going out dancing. Did you have fun? Right? There's a sense that when people start going to church, they're supposed to stop doing everything. That they're supposed to stop doing all the things that the people in that church deem to be ungodly. That the people in that church believe to be unholy, to be wrong. We're to take on not only a new persona that we find when we start walking our journey with Christ, but we're supposed to take on like brand new habits and brand new behaviors, and we're supposed to let go of all this other stuff like the moment you become a member. And if you don't, then quite literally there's hell to pay. You know, we've seen last week where that woman in, was it Tennessee, received a disfellowship letter from her church. Why are we in the business of trying to change people? Where does it say? Where does Jesus say? Now, when you get everybody together, okay, you invite everybody in, you tell them how much I love them, and you start feeding them stuff, then you're going to slowly tell them that they're not good enough to be there. And you're going to demand that they change. So you're going to trick them. You're going to bring them in, show them how great this place is, and then you're going to let them know that they're not quite good enough to actually be there, and they have to change just about everything about themselves in order to stay. It's not our job. All right, I'll say it till I'm blue in the face. It's not our job. It is not our job to change the people that come into our church. That fella back there, you see that cross behind me? It's his job. That's God's job. It's not our job. Our job is to offer them the love of Jesus Christ, the love of God that is found in Jesus Christ. That's our job. Period. Right? That's our job. We are to offer people the love of God that is found in Jesus Christ. We are to offer them the teachings that is found in the life and in the lessons of Jesus Christ. We are to offer ourselves as Christ, as images of Christ for them. But we're not called to change them. Feed them, sure. Take care of them, absolutely. Help them put a roof over their head, yes. Help them improve their lives, right on. We are not asked to begin the process of changing who they are, though. That's between them and the Almighty. That's between them and the divine. And the truth is, if we're patient, the more a person grows closer to God, the more their life will change. It has nothing to do with their life was bad to begin with. It's just they'll start seeing things differently. Their priorities will change. The things that they admire will change. Their perceptions of the world around them will change. And as that happens, they will change as they feel led by God. Our responsibility is not their transformation. We're not going to be graded on how good they become. God isn't going to look down upon us one day or look across from us in heaven one day and say, well, I see that you brought 50 people into church, but 47 of them didn't change at all. So you don't get credit for those ones. No. God's not going to say, I see you shared the gospel with 120 people, but only 4 of them actually changed. No. If there's a measurement tool that God will use when we see God in heaven, it may be something along the lines of, I see every single day you shared the gospel in your way. You made the world a better place. Proud of you. We don't need to worry about how many people who come into our church turn into us or turn into our ideal Christian. We don't have to do that. We just have to love them. Trust me, it's a lot easier. May the Lord bless you. May the Lord keep you. May the Lord's face be made to shine upon you and be gracious to you. May the Lord's countenance be lifted up to you. May you always know the peace of being in the Lord's presence. And I pray that as we encounter more and more people in our lives, whether they're in our church or in our neighborhoods, we will let go of that perceived need to change them. That we will love them, that we will accept them, and that we will be there for them and support them. But we're going to leave the change up to the Lord. Amen.